Hello. Yes, we welcome you back once again. The channel is Physical Sciences Silver Bullet PSSB. So, if you have not yet subscribed, this is the time. Don't hesitate. The name behind the channel is Richard. Now, today we are coming down a bit here to grade 11. So what we are having here is a question typical of grade 11 class. And the question says that limestone, which is calcium carbonate, reacts with hydrochloric acid. And that's the statement. So the question says, write the balanced equation for the reaction between limestone and hydrochloric acid. So how do you go about this? So it's just an equation. We have been told that limestone is chemically calcium carbonate. So we can write that one first. It is calcium carbonate. And reacting it with what? With hydrochloric acid. And what do we get as the products? We must not forget that during the reaction, what we have here, this compound split up into its positive and negative components, and the same applies to the acid. And what do we know? This one, the positive of this one attacks the negative of the other one, and this positive attacks this one. So what do we get here? We got the salt, which is going to be calcium chloride. So it's calcium chloride. Now we have to remember that calcium belongs to group 2, so having valence 2. Chlorine is a group 7 element, which is valence 1. And what do we know about compounds? That the valence of this one goes to this one, and the valence of this one comes to this one. And if it's 1, we don't write it. So the valence of chlorine is 1, so it's supposed to come here, but we don't have to write it. But the valence of calcium is 2, so we have a 2 there. So that's what we get as the salt. Now we should also remember that this hydrogen is reacting with this carbonate. The compound formed is a weak acid, which is a carbonic acid. Very unstable. So every time it forms, it decomposes into water and carbon dioxide. So we are having water and carbon dioxide. So this is the reaction we are having. Now after the reaction, what comes next is balancing. So if you look at calcium is 1, it's 1. So calcium is balanced. So when you look at our chloride here, this one is 2, the other one is 1. So we put a 2 there to make the chlorides balanced. Then comes hydrogen here. Hydrogens are 2. So when you look at this side, hydrogen are 2, so that one is balanced. This carbonate, it is 1 carbon and 3 oxygen. This is 1 carbon and 3 oxygen. So it looks like our equation is balanced. So we go to the next question. Yeah, then comes this question. it says define an acid according to Arrhenius or Arrhenius theory. So what does Arrhenius say what an acid is? Okay, Arrhenius theory says that an acid is a substance which produces hydronium ions when it reacts with water or when in solution. And that's the statement for an acid. Okay, that is Arrhenius. Then comes another question here. It says define an acid according to Laurie Bronsted. Okay, what does Laurie Bronsted say what an acid is? According to these two individuals, an acid is a proton donor. So that's that. Okay. Then comes question 1.3. It says state whether limestone is classified as a base or an acid. So what is the category of calcium carbonate? Okay, the answer is that it's basic. There are several properties which shows that it's basic, and one of it is the ability to react with an acid. That's one of the properties which shows that it's basic in nature. Then comes another question here. It says, basing on your answer in 1.3 above, write the name of the reaction taking place between limestone and hydrochloric acid. Remember, we said that limestone or calcium carbonate is a base. And what are we seeing? We are seeing a base, this base, reacting with an acid. So what do you call the reaction between a base and an acid? The reaction is neutralization. So that is that. It is neutralization, which is the reaction between an acid and a base. Okay. So we are going to cut this video here to avoid making long videos. Next part is going to be in the part 2 of this question. Don't forget to subscribe, and the channel is Physical Sciences Silver Bullet.